Hello, my name is Ch Bendele and I'm a chaplain at Malmstrom Air Force Base, and I'm going to talk to you about forgiveness. Although I acknowledge that I'm not married, I believe forgiveness can apply to any relationship. Now, let's start out by asking some common questions that people have. They say, when I see others hurt, do I need to forgive? Does forgiveness include minimizing offense and pain? Does forgiveness include restoring trust? Have you forgiven if you cannot forget their offense? Should it take time or be immediate? Is forgiveness conditional? So, what is true forgiveness? So let's start out with that. What is forgiveness and how does it apply to us? So forgiveness is not forgetting. Some painful memories never go away. There is a difference between being wounded and being wronged. One is accidental and one is intentional. Now, both of them, however, do not require the other person's participation. In fact, they don't even have to be in your life. It is your choice to forgive, and it is your timing to forgive. So who must forgive? Some say only the victim. Others say, well, what about me? Like Sarah Montana in her TED Talk shared about forgiving costing her greatly, and it took a long time for her to do. She lost her mother and her brother to a murderer, and though it was not her that was the victim, she still had a lot to forgive. She had to forgive for them taking away the person who could be instrumental in raising her. She had a lot to forgive in order to get through life without a brother and another companion in her family to give her that relational collateral. So, forgiveness, you have to assess your loss. Sometimes anger is required. It's like it cauterizes your wounds. But too much anger and you can't heal. It's like a scab. You have to let it go eventually. Forgiveness is unconditional. It is not required to have the other person ask you to forgive them. However, some kind of effort will be needed to restore relationship. It is not dependent, though, on them asking you for forgiveness, nor is it dependent upon restitution. Forgiveness is a choice. Corrie ten Boom, a survivor of the Holocaust, once wrote that she believed that forgiveness is like the tolling of a bell. She said you can hold on to the rope and you can keep tolling and you can keep tolling and you will never be able to let go of the pain. She said, but even if you let go, that bell will keep ringing, and it will have to happen over and over again that you choose that forgiveness again and again until that bell stops ringing. One time, a guard came to her and he asked her to forgive her after she spoke about the unconditional nature of forgiveness and that it was a choice. He reached out his hand and he said, Corrie ten Boom, would you forgive me? And she had to make that choice. She reached out her hand and she said, I forgive you. And she said, as she did that, God, and she was a religious woman, gave her the feeling and it flowed through her. So forgiveness is not trusting. As Chaplain Massey once said, if you file a bankruptcy, the bank will forgive you your debt, but they are not going to give you a new loan the next day. You have to develop a track record of dependability. So forgiveness is saying, I'm not going to use what you did to hurt me to hurt our relationship anymore. From the Christian tradition, we can never pay back evil for evil. We need to do things to live at peace with one another. So Romans 12:17-18 says, never pay back evil for evil. Do things in such a way that everyone can see you are honorable. Do all that you can to live at peace with everyone. In conclusion, forgiveness acknowledges the wrong that has been committed. Forgiveness is your best attempt to live at peace in the world. And it is a healing thing to forgive. And finally, it doesn't require anyone else's involvement for you to be healed and to be able to let go. Thank you. Have a blessed day.